And off we go from Denver. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this to the 32. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season. But if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. To throw is Nix. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Broncos at 6 and 10 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of...
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of this caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reed. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll look to throw here on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now 4th down. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. This is a 26-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's taken in by Palmer. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Second and 9. They'll set up to throw. The quick slant caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Trey Palmer, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers are able to extend their lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 41. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, McClendon. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going. It's Nix. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 6. That's complete to Palmer. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line.
And now an audible here into something else.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw here. He's going to air one out.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and make...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Inside the 10.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Nix from the shotgun. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
At the 46-yard line.
Make the play here. Just be patient. Just take it to him.
Throwing Nix.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Nix.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Nix to the air. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
There was a great article in the paper yesterday about how he likes to run angry. Plays like that, you can feel it, can't you?
As long as he doesn't drive angry, we're okay. Because when he's on the field, that anger works for him. It fuels him, it powers him, and the end result runs like that.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete.
Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards.
And the Bucs are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this 1st half.
Broncos nothing.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the 1st half, but
he's got him in, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Broncos get a bit closer.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 82 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
2nd and 5. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hughes. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hughes. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Back to throw again. He gets it over the middle to Palmer. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the 1st half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners. And they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get 1st half scores just like this one.
Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Broncos 7.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Broncos 7.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10. To throw is Nix.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
He may go.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Broncos 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Bucs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. And they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On play action, they'll throw. Here's a diving catch right side. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
And the Buccaneers first down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball. End zone.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's got room.
Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there.
With now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Buccaneers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jalen Hyatt, 70 yards. And the Broncos are able to at least get one score back. Extra point right down the middle. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Bucs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Buccaneers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
A gain of 3, second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, You have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
First down, McClendon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run.
Touchdown, Broncos! Jalen Hyatt with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Hughes. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Palmer going to go in motion left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Palmer.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Out of the gun now on third down.
And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now, defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's good for 28 yards. So for Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll go play action with Nix.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's done.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
The extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This now a 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And out across midfield down to the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First down, Buccaneers.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
That's completed right side to Palmer.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Broncos 28.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. A partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now it's Nix.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Now 3rd down and very long. Nix to the air.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Second and 14. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you can go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Buccaneers,
the win here in Week 18 gives them a pivotal 11th win on the year, running their final mark to 11-6.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Broncos,
they will indeed limp to the finish line, unfortunately, as they close out a 6-11 campaign.
And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around.